Right, I would like to begin with an enormous thank you to every single person who has participated in this Saludomur journey. I have tried to make the lessons as informative and substantive as possible, but I hope they've also been somewhat encouraging and I hope a little bit uplifting. We have been truly overwhelmed by the number of videos that we have received, and I want to say a particular thank you to each and every one of you who has sent in a video, because I know that not only can the act of recording it and uploading it somewhere be really annoying and tedious, trust me, I know, because I'm doing so much of it these days, but also to have come up with a version of you playing that you're happy enough with to send out there is not always the easiest thing in the world to do. So I want to also say a massive thank you to you for sharing that with us and for taking that step and putting it out into the world. I have been, generally speaking, so moved by not just the number of videos, but the diversity in age. We've had a lot of adult learners and a lot of really tiny little children who are just learning this piece for the first time, but also in geography, the number of you that we've heard from literally all over the world. So that has been just an amazing insight and experience for me to have that closeness with such a diverse range of people. So really a sincere, genuine thank you for sharing with us. Now, we said we would pick a winning video and we have done that, but the number of souls and personalities and styles and different taste, ways of playing that I just appreciated watching and listening to made it impossible for me to only share with everyone the winning video. So what we've tried to do is break things up into sections, and we're going to read out a number of names, show something of a collage of those particular people. It's not to say that if your name is not mentioned that I didn't have a similar reaction, but obviously I couldn't read out absolutely every single person that sent us a video. So we're going to break it up into categories of the really young children, then still young people, but the older generation, more kind of teenage years, then all the adult learners, then there will be a little special mention of some people that are particularly close to me. And then we actually have also chosen a runner-up because there was just too much that was being said through this person's voice and violin playing to not mention and highlight that. And then we will be very excited to share with you the winner of this little competition. So before I launch into this first category, I do want to say that these are names from all over the world and I have not heard them pronounced before, and I'm going to get them wrong, and I'm very sorry. That's all I can say. So the first category is the youngest one. I want to begin with a special mention of one young girl called Tessa Duncan. Her playing was so unbelievably polished and controlled and just an unbelievably high level for her age. So I want to say a particular congratulations to her. I'd also like to mention a number of other young players. The first being Salma Kakimov, for your seriousness and sincerity. I want to also mention Tara Sidhu for your concentration and your flow. You kept such a beautiful pace when you were playing. To Joshua Tan, who we know, our team at the Benedetti Foundation know you. Thank you so much for sending in a video. Your optimism and uplifting when you play is just absolutely brilliant. Rhea Fitzgerald, for your tenderness in your playing. It was so extremely tender and moving. To Michael Oliveira, I want to say a particular good use of your fourth finger and your vibrato. Very impressed with that. To Emily Yang for being just the cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my whole life, and for concentrating so hard and staying in really good time. Your rhythm was excellent. To Finn Kragart. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's Kjaergaard. I want to pick out your playing for its lilting quality and for the pace, and it just had that lovely flow to it. And I also want to mention your glasses, which are absolutely brilliant. So thank you, Finn. And I'm so sorry about your surname. It's kind of late at night too, so forgive me. I want to mention Julian Kettleson. Such musicality and sincerity in your playing, just really beautiful. And finally, to Jacob Silverman, I just had the feeling that you're a very, very sweet person. I also want to say a special mention to Rebecca Gregg and Noah Arans. I recognise both of you from Dundee, and I think you're making excellent progress. So I want to say a particular congratulations to both of you, and I hope to see you again at another workshop when we all can get together again. So that rounds up the youngest category. Keep going with all that amazing work. I am very, very proud of you all. So now we're going on to the very official category that is called slightly older, because I'm not sure what else to call it. So I want to give 4 special mentions for just really excellent playing. The first is to Gabriella Bavetta, who I have seen in lots of different circumstances before. It's wonderful to see you play. You had a real intensity about the way you played it, which was really, really very impressive. Now, another name that I can't pronounce wonderfully, Anna Siegrich. I'm so sorry. Or Siegrich. Your maturity and that shift up to the third finger, and also just the warmth and kind of roundness of your sound and expression. Really beautiful. I enjoyed listening to your playing so much. So I want to say another series of thanks to Chun Yi, who I know from Scotland. That was a beautiful performance. Thank you so much. To Paul and Laura for your inventiveness in the arrangement. Actually, what is that arrangement? It was so sweet and you both sound brilliant. To Lauren Dunbar, I'm naming some Scots here, but it's because of the playing. To Lauren Dunbar, just for the improvement that you're showing. It's wonderful to hear you play now, to hear you play alone. I've heard you in groups, obviously, but also the simplicity that you played with. You didn't have to do much else to it because it was just so simple yet pure. To Isabella Riordan from Ireland, just for the feeling that you put into your playing. It was very moving. I could tell what you felt about the piece, which is the point. Kiana Karimi for your sound and extremely inventive fingering. I wasn't sure quite what you were choosing to do there, but I was impressed with the creativity of it. Ethan Miller, so excellent to see you playing this. I'm fairly sure we met in Birmingham, so I was just thrilled to see that video. Thank you for sending that through. Aria Sonny, I wanted to say great nail polish and well done for the playing too. I'm not sure how to say this name. I think it's Kai Ashara. Big warm vibrato and great filming. And I loved that somebody had commented on your video that it was epic, which I loved, especially considering how short the piece is. 2 other particular mentions. One is to George Weir for doing the most adorable video with his grandfather playing the piano. I just thought that was the sweetest thing ever, and also great filming from whoever filmed the grandfather. And lastly, to the Ensemble Aficionado for their beautiful arrangements. That was really very, very sweet and lovely to see people getting together to make that arrangement. Now we move into the adults category. Now, I know a lot of people that are sending in videos that are of an older age have not even been playing for that many years. And I just think the bravery and also the energy that it takes to try something that is so difficult and completely new later in life, I think is just one of the most beautiful things ever. And I celebrate you and congratulate every single one of you. I have a few special mentions here. The first is to Jim Doobie. Excellent wrist vibrato in third position. It just sounds so beautiful. If you can mimic that elsewhere in the instrument, that would be absolutely amazing. To Als Mate, cool video, very natural. You're obviously a really great violinist, so congratulations to you. To, okay, Neoclis Nicolaides. I was so moved by your performance, the seriousness with which you took to the instrument, and also how it just kept growing and blossoming. The more you played, the more comfortable you got. I was very happy to receive that. And to Daniel Coronel, again, your sound relaxed as you continued to play, and amazing level for only having played for a few years. And I'm so happy to have received your note. Thank you. We read it and we were very grateful for it, and I'm glad that the lessons have proved useful for you. Now, okay, Ojekan Gunos from Istanbul. I think that's how you say your name. A real intensity to your playing and sincerity to your playing that was captivating. Thomas Woodall Posada, your playing is just, it was so pure and was like a little crystal ball, just absolutely perfectly done. I don't know how you did that. Congratulations, really amazing playing. Also to Barbara Hall, you've been keeping us up to date throughout your progress. You've been showing us how you've been doing the different practice tips that I've been giving you. So thank you for sharing all of that with us, and just amazing to see the improvement that you've made over the week, over the period of time. So thank you so much to you. So a really unexpected but actually deeply moving thing that's happened throughout this Salut d'Amour challenge is that a lot of the people that I work with that are not walking on stage but literally make concerts happen and help artists and musicians run their lives and keep things moving and ticking, and so much of what you experience would not happen without all of those people working behind the scenes. Turns out those who I work with personally almost all play the violin, and every single one of them has taken up the challenge of recording Salut d'Amour, and they all just, every single one of them just plays so amazingly and so beautifully. So I want to say a particular thank you to Elaine Armstrong in Australia, to Anna Kraus in Germany, to Suzanne Doyle in London, to Laura Gardner, who is in Grantham, and to Charlotte Lee in New York. I am so proud of every single one of you, and I'm just grateful, moved, and proud. I also want to say an enormous thank you to Elena, Urioste and Tom Poster for their unbelievably beautiful video of Saludomur and her really, really cute dog slippers. So now we get very close to announcing the winner of this little competition. I want to just say before we do that I am the worst person ever to be judging any kind of competition. I mean, I like too many people's playing for too many different reasons for me to be the best person to choose. There will be lots of people who feel differently about what's better or what's worse, but one of the beauties of music is its subjectivity and that it is personal. So you can never take any result of any competition too much to heart. That said, we had to pick someone. But as I mentioned earlier, there was another musician that we felt just had to be highlighted and shown to everyone. And that is a young boy from Ireland, Peter Ryan. He came to our workshop in Dundee. I've heard him play before. He is just the most like viscerally expressive, natural, and you know, when people are just whole the way they are, it's not like he's taking bits of information from lots of different people. He just plays exactly who he is, and I am just very excited to see what he goes on to do in the future. So we felt that you all had to hear at least a little bit of him playing. So please enjoy a little snippet of the video sent to us by Peter Ryan. So I'm very excited to share with you all that the winning video is by a wonderful young violinist. She's only 9 years old, which I can't quite believe. And she's from Ukraine, and her name is Margarita Pochebut. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but it won't matter because in years to come, people will know her name and people will know her playing. She has a mix of natural innate musical understanding and violinistic capability, and I have no doubt that she is surrounded in a culture that really truly understands the sensibility of music making and of string playing. It was also an enormous pleasure to be acquainted with her sisters playing on the piano, and this video is so beautifully put together, and they're both playing together and obviously know each other's playing very well because it's just like breathing. I want to say an enormous congratulations again to everybody for all of the videos you submitted. I hope for those of you that watch this video, you're encouraged by it and inspired by the things that Margarita does that are unique to her. We can always learn from someone else. I learned from every single one of you watching your videos. Let me say a huge thank you one more time and enjoy this.